Hello there, this is Scrap Pre-Wrap, and boy, do I have a ton of stuff to show you tonight. I've got a couple of project shares, and then a quick tutorial based on the project shares, and then a mini haul. Oh, and a special surprise. So anyway, better get started. I just wanted to show you really quick these two mini albums that I had made in under an hour. Normally a mini album takes me anywhere from 24 to 48 to 72 hours. Not all at once, but you know, it takes me a month at least to do a mini album. So I was really excited to do these. Now these I've seen online. I'll give links at the bottom to the people who inspired these mini albums. But I sort of did them in a dyslexic way, because with the dyslexia, you have to figure out how to save time, how to eliminate steps, and really how to prioritize, because everything takes 5 times longer. So I was really happy with the turnout of these. This is from the G45 paper line, Raining Cats and Dogs, and this is a little mini album of a cat we had that died recently, Chopper, so cute. And I made one for my parents, who absolutely adored him, and for a neighbor whose cat he was kind of first. And so this was really fun because this is all one piece of paper, and the G45 piece of paper had like different, trying to think of an example, had, you know, the different cut-aparts. And so I could fold on the lines of the cut-aparts and then fold them in 3 ways and cut them the way you do a 1-page mini album. And some of the cut-aparts were upside down. Well, that's where I put the photos. And then the other cut-aparts were, some of the other cut-aparts are right side up like this, which makes a perfect tag for journaling. And then sometimes I got the back side of the paper, which is also going to be great for journaling. And there he is. So this is and you can see 2 more little journaling cards. So I left the spaces empty for my parents' journal, and then just some little ribbon trim. And then this is a different one I made with some trim. Now this journaling card paper was really uneven. Like, there'd be one image here, and then there'd be an image like this size, and then the image would start down here. So if you're going to fold along the lines, you're going to fold into an image, and you can kind of see on the back here, like, you know, the image goes up a little bit further, and that was just the smallest of problems. So I ended up making it so that the back, this part is a lot longer, but what I did was compensate, because that's the other thing you do when you're dyslexic. You compensate for everything. So I just put some trim here, and it looks like it was meant to be that way. I apologize for the lighting. I'm doing this at night, and it's just not the best lighting. But anyway, this is from the new authentique line. I forget what it is. I'll put it down at the bottom. Not crazy about that little tag. I hate my handwriting, but I was doing this for our neighbor, so I wanted to, you know, I don't know if she gets scrapbooking, so I filled it all in for her. There's some more of the photos, and then, you know, another page that I could just add a tag to, and then this was one of the cute little cut-apart images from their new line, which this is really my favorite paper that they did. And it does have dogs on it too, so you could easily turn this into a doggy album. And then I just folded this really cute trim around it, or tied the really cute trim around it. It doesn't actually need the trim. It is a mini album on its own, but the binding makes it tighter. So now I'm going to do a little tutorial about how I did this as a dyslexic, because normally what you'd do is you'd get out your ruler and you'd measure how many lines, and then you'd score it. That doesn't work for me. I get way too, the math just makes it so that it takes out a lot of the fun. You know, if I'm going to do something for a design team or whatever, I'll do the math. But if I'm going to do something quick, it takes me 45 minutes to, you know, tick off the little places and then ruler the lines and make it all that. So my way is, let's see if I can do this one-handed, is I try to, and this piece of paper is not double-sided. Ideally you want double-sided paper, but I did just glue on this piece of paper, and then I'm going to ink the edges. So what I do is not making any creases, fold it into 3 and fold it over this way. Let's see, this is really hard. I have to use my foot. Sorry for my stockinged foot. Okay, my stockinged foot there. And then you want to make just sure that you're even. So that took me 5 seconds as opposed to 20 minutes. And then you're just going to press down, and you're going to try and crease it at one point, and then crease the other point. And this isn't perfectly even, but what I'll do is I'll compensate. I'll add trim, and that will make it look super even. So I'm just going to fold along that line and fold along that line. And I forgot to get my scissors, didn't I? Okay, so then those are the main folds. I'm just going to fold there, fold there. How cute is that going to be? And you want to make sure your folds are really strong, because the next step is you're going to fold it in half. Now this is a little bit harder because you've already got, especially if you have like, this is as thick as 2 pieces of paper, you know, instead of just one, since it's not double-sided. You want to line these up as best as you can. Some of you are going, I'm dyslexic and I can't do it unless I put the numbers on it, and that's fine. Maybe you're more of a number type dyslexic, but I am definitely more of the like literary non-number type dyslexic. So for me, this is just 1,000 times easier. Now I'm running into this little problem here, as I say, because this is, you know, 2 pieces of paper in one, and so it's not coming out as even as I'd like it. But ideally, if you have double-sided paper, that won't happen. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of go like that. And there I go. So now what I'm going to do, make sure this is all folded. I don't think this part is really folded right here. See, and this this still takes me some time, but this takes me way less time than if I'm measuring and scoring and folding. And yes, it's a little sloppy, but that's where I say compensate at the end. Okay, so basically we have this cute little mini album. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up here and cut down here, and then cut along. Once I cut along here, I'll have 3 separate pages. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Cut up there, cut down there, and again, I'll have 3 pages. And so what I'm going to have is every other page is going to look like this, and then the next page is going to look like that. So I'll have 2 different background designs for my photos. Here they go. Here they go. It's going to be super cute. I'll have to cut down the photos a little bit. But they're going to be, you know, like that. And then I'm just going to add embellishments. And then, you know, once it's cut all the way up here to this point, you don't want to cut over that, or you're going to cut into your binding. So you're going to leave just a little bit of space, making sure not to cut any of this part right here. And then you're going to take a ribbon and tie it over there. Forgot my scissors. So, I'll just give you the idea. But anyway, and I'm also running out of time.